people of the universe. If you're new to this channel, I go by the name Wendy KE, and that means you have to eat the eat. Let me eat my thing first before I say the right one. You have to hit that subscribe icon and press the notification button, okay, so that you get notified when I get to post, and when you subscribe, you be part of this amazing, beautiful family. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are as sweet as this yogurt that I'm about to sip. Sips her yogurt. You know how we do it in here. You know that we serve healthy diets over here. So go and tell another person to also come and subscribe so that you don't get fat alone. You feel me? I know you do. I know the title already suggests what we are going to talk about today. Guys, today I come at you with a story time. Hadithi, story. Welcome. And don't forget to use that comment section, my dear. Please, just comment. Tell me something. Talk to your baby girl. Communicate. Okay? Thank you. Mwah. So guys, I went to high school in one of the most amazing schools located in some bush somewhere in Kisumu. Oh, just in case you are watching and you're not from Kenya, I come from Kenya. Or just in case you're watching and you come from another country, I come from Kenya. And in Kenya, we have a city called Europe, aka Kisumu City, Kisumu Dala. You feel me? I know you do. So the reason as to why I'm saying my high school was amazing is because you get to finish your Form 4 and that is the time when students get married to their teachers right after school. Isn't that amazing? Who wouldn't want that life? I know you would like. I wouldn't want that life, but I know you would. I know. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it. You. I don't get to make him macho. You'd want to get married to your teacher after high school. Oh my God. Tell me you're joking. No, you're kidding me, right? I know you are. But here's the thing. Another reason as to why I'm telling you I went to one of the most amazing high schools is because people's brothers get to notice you when they come to visit their siblings, and they have a crush on you when you're in your first year. And just in case, for clarification, you are not from Kenya, we have something called the 844 system, where you get to have your 8 years in primary, 4 years in high school, and 4 years in university. So this was my 4 years in high school season. So somebody's brother gets to notice me in my first year of the child. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I mean, I started being beautiful from way back. That is to show you, sijaanza kuwa mrembo juzi. If somebody's brother can hit on me while in high school, nilikuwa ka painting. Major look for me. Literally Major sang to me when he was singing and talking about paintings in his song. And just in case you don't know who Major is, he is an artist here in Kenya, but Major, I'm not here to market you, so back to the story. Yeah, the reason as to why I'm telling you about my high school, guys, is to give you a snippet of how I got to meet the toxic guy we are about to talk about in this relationship, okay? Sharp. I'm having the best time of my life, okay? Guys, please just bear with me. I want to take you guys step by step of how I got to meet this toxic guy. So I went to a girls' high school, and if you've been to a girls' high school, you realize that this set of girls who feel like they know everything that goes on in people's families, they know everything about everyone in that school. In fact, they act like they're the owners of that school.
Like, I am the principal of this school. It's just that I'm a student for now, and after I'm done with school, I'm the one who's supposed to be the principal to this school. I don't know if you feel me. This set of girls that know everything except what should be known when it comes to books. Like, literally, kiakili, they're backwards, but knowing people's lives, they're forwards. You feel me? For kitabu, wako 0, nil. Like, on a band. Ikikuja kwa exams on a band. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you do. So we had this particular girl who was this, whatever it is I have just explained. She had this characteristics. You feel me? So it happens the toxic guy was her bro. So this toxic guy, no, let's give this toxic guy a name. Let's give him November, because this man in a band too, like literally this man has toxic people in it. Like Abel Mutua, I'm sorry to mention your name, don't come for me because I really want to enjoy life, but you going around trying to threaten Lillian and her loved ones is just unabant, by the way, unabant. Just accept kuachwa. Don't come for me, don't come for my life. life. I haven't enjoyed life. I still don't have money the way you do, and I want to make money, okay? Right, sharp. So,
This particular girl, the brother, now we've settled on the name like November, right? Yeah. To settle on November. Sharp, Wendy, why are you like on a struggle? I'm not struggling now to get story. So let's call the girl girls. Let's call him girls because she was a girl, so girl. So girl has a bro, and we had this thing called visiting. Again, if you're not from Kenya, in boarding schools we have something called visiting days where your parents or even your entire family get to come to your school to visit you, you know, after you've been in school for a long time, because back here in Kenya we are in school for as long as I can remember. It's just too long, you know, so you get to meet your you get, let me slow down, relax, breathe in, out. So you get to miss your family and home food, and visiting days is the days where you get to reconnect with your family and taste food from home. Sharp. So child, I'm in Form 1, my first year in high school, and somebody's brother has noticed me. Though he didn't say it like when I was in my first year. He waited for me until I was in my 4th year, you feel me? And then he was like, now let me come out of my bubble and just tell you how I feel. So I'm going way before myself, like nime fast forward, but let's back forward, if that's a word or if that's a thing. So we are in this school with girls, and girls is always talking about the toxic brother, and she literally says everything, including things she's not supposed to say. So at least I have a snippet of who the bro is, but at this time I'm focused. I want to come out with good grades. So Charles, mi nimekuwa kwa masomo vitabu. So there's this time when we were about to do our Form 4 exams, because the government decided to introduce half term. Before we didn't have half term. Half term is now where you get to take a break after some time in school. You get to go and relax your mind, which again didn't look like half term because every teacher wanted to give you homework. You're supposed to go to school you're supposed to go home and do your homework and not relax. It's just assignment after assignment. Like, I don't know, high school, what was that? What the F was that? Like, high school was a scam, because again, most of the things we were taught, I don't even get to apply them in life. I guess that's why CBC has been introduced, but where CBC, whoever introduced it, gotta. Parents are doing the most. Anyway, back to the story. So now during our half-term break, girls had my number. So it happens to be that November, remember November is the bro. November saw my number kwa simu yake, sharp. So have I said the right thing? Aliona namba yangu kwa simu yake. Right? Is that what I said? I guess that's what I said. Yeah. So November was interested, and he was like telling the sister, I'm interested in knowing this guy. And she looks familiar. It's somebody I've been crushing on. You mean you're in the same class with her? And she's like, yeah, what's her name? And then she said my name. And then she was like, can I have her number? And then she was like, no, let me ask from her first before I get to give you her number. At least for once, Nezasema hapo alitumia akili, right? Sharp. So Charles gives out my number. And then after requesting from me, of course, and then one thing about me, I will always give you my number. My number, I will always give it to you. Then what happens from there is now up to me, or let me say is now between us, because Ukinibo Blockville is ready to, you know, prison. Already call up Blockville, because if you're not telling me anything productive, I will block you without thinking twice. Okay, sharp. So child asks ananiuliza, my bro wants your number, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, sharp, give him my number. So we start conversing. The conversation is nice, it's flowing, it's all good. I get to know him, blah blah blah. He introduces himself and whatnot and whatnot. Then it happens, you know, half terms used to take like at most 5 days, and then 5 days elapses and we have to go back to school sharp. So I'm done with my Form 4 exams at this point. Okay, fast forward, I'm done with my Form 4 exams. I'm back home, and you know how it usually feels good to finally be out of high school, cause the thing. And I hope you are enjoying this story as much as I am, and as much as the person who is behind the camera is sharp. So I'm done with my Form 4. This and I'm about my life. Like, I'm living my best life, and this guy resurfaces, and I was like, oh, so you exist. That was after he had texted me, and he was like, you're now done with school, so can we meet? Now this was the worst mistake of my teenagehood life. Like, I literally thought I had done worst mistake. Now this one crowned it all. Ever showing this guy my place, like where we used to stay, was the worst mistake of my life, and this was the beginning of my horror story. Okay, you've heard of horror movies, now this is my horror story. Sharp. So Charles, he's like, can I come see you? Can I come pick you up? Can I come? You know how it is during the first seasons of you meeting, should I say your boyfriends, or I don't know how to put it, or your Romeo. I don't know, guys. So this guy is like, can I come see you? I'm like, sharp, because he had a car. He had a car, so he could easily drive to my place, and we could meet and talk inside his car and have numerous conversations, endless conversations. And like I said, this was the beginning of my worst nightmare. So guys introduces himself, and he was good from the at the beginning. Let me not say not from the beginning. Wait, what? Not from the beginning. At the beginning. Kumbe wanasemanga ni ngozi ni kondo amevalia ngozi, something of the sort. Like his characters were hidden under his skin. I didn't like, guys, thinking about those days. Somebody should just get me a bunch of serviettes. What was that? What the hell was that you put yourself into? Sharp. So let's continue with the story. So at this point, we are meeting, we are talking. He tells me everything about himself, the way he has a baby mama. He had a son with some girl who ran away. At this point, I wasn't even thinking the reason as to why this girl chose to run away. At this point, I'm looking at that girl is heartless. How can she run away from you with all this? You have a big car, you have a child together. You know, when you're after school, you don't get to, brains is locked. Like, it's locked. Okay, let's continue. So he gets to introduce himself, and sharp, we get to know each other, and before I know it, we are in a relationship. Anyway, so we get to start dating, and it's amazing at the start. Like I said before, it's beautiful. It's all Juliet and Romeo. It's all lovey-dovey. It's all that word you could put, that one you could insert there that I'm leaving out. Yes, that one, that's it. That's just it. So we are dating, and one thing about this guy, he was a drunkard. When I say drunkard, I mean an extreme drunkard. Like, he used to drink his ass out, for lack of a better word. And so for me, at that point, I didn't see this as a red flag. So this one time, I wanted to go and make my hair. Like, I'd come across a very beautiful, beautiful hairstyle, and I was like, I want this on my head. I want this on my head. I want to look like you look, so I have to have this hairstyle on my head. So your girls is never on time. Me and time, I don't know, we divorced. I don't know where we crossed path. I don't know where the ring started beating me when it comes to me and time. Sharp. So girls decides to go and make her hair at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. guys, who does that? And it was on a Saturday, and you know how Saturdays salons are full, and I wanted this particular salonist because I knew she was the one who would deliver exactly what I wanted. Sharp. So I'm out of the house, and I don't know, I wish I would have just listened to my instincts that day. I wish I would have concentrated and listened to my instincts that day, and just stayed back at home and relaxed, because that hairstyle was not running away, Wendy. Why are you always impatient? One thing about me, I'm not patient. I'm always impatient. I want something and I'll get it when I want it. That's just who I am. So it's 4 p.m. I'm out of the house. I'm going to make my hair. I get to the salon. The salon is packed. People are full, and so I have to wait because people are busy for my turn to nifikiwe. So my turn inafika at 6 p.m. in the evening. Ndio naanza kushukwa. I think I'll insert a picture of that hairstyle here so that you guys get to see. I still have that picture. So I start my hair inaanza kushukwa at 6 p.m. in the evening. So it's 6 sharp, and by the time my hair is being finished, it's around 10 p.m. in the night, heading to 11 p.m. in the night. And at that time, it's raining heavily. Like I said, we are in Europe, and you know how the weather goes when it comes to you. We're in Kisumu, guys. Stop confusing your people. Why are you confusing your audience? We literally call Kisumu Europe because the weather here is so beautiful. It's so amazing. You feel me? Sharp. At this juncture, all the matatus are, can I say, off the road or out of the road? Like, off the road, right? All the matatus are off the road, like literally wamefunga. All the drivers and conductors are in their houses. There's no matatu, and it's raining at that time. Even getting a motorbike is hectic. At this point, the mama who was doing my hair wants to close because again she was heavily pregnant. You can imagine. And amenishuka kutoka 6 mpaka kitu around 10 ikielekea 11 p.m. So she was tired. She had to go back to her family, and that means she had to close down her business, okay, for that day, right, sharp. So I'm outside there, I'm standing, and I'm wondering, how am I supposed to get home? This is something I brought upon myself. Where should I begin from? I take my phone, and the first person I see is Babe at that moment. I call him because he has a what? He has a car. By the time I'm calling him, this guy is, like I told you, he's a drunkard. Where is he? At the club. Remember I told you it was on a what? On a Saturday. And you know how we do it back here in Kenya on Saturdays. It's party after. That's the word. So the guy was at the club, and at this point my hair is so painful. All I want is to go home, take Panadol, and just relax. Okay? Sharp. So I call him, and he's like, give me some time, I'm coming. By the time guys is getting to where I was, at that time I'm so scared, guys. I am literally scared to death because I'm all alone. Nobody, like the streets are so clear. So guys is telling me, baby girl, relax and let me take you on a ride.
And I'm like, before I relax, November, just tell me where you are taking me to, because at this speed you are driving, no, I'm seeing my grave right in front of me. Like literally at this point, I'm already dead. I'm alive, but I'm already dead.
You guys feel me? And I'm like, do you even realize that I am under my parent and I don't get to make decisions by myself? And that means you cannot make decisions for me without consulting me. You should have at least talked to me about this before you decided. And this is a number one toxic trait about a narcissist and a toxic person. They get to do things the way they like without consulting you, without considering your emotions, without considering a lot of things, and it's so unfair. It's literally unhealthy. So guys, it's driving at a super high speed, and before I know it, if you travel from Kisumu to Nairobi, there's this place we pass, or watu wenye Nairobi wanapitia, inaitwa Ahero. Watu tumia hiyo barabara, you feel me? So right before you get to Ahero, there's a place called Nyamasaria, and at this place there's a flyover. So we used the flyover. You can choose to use the flyover, or you can choose to use Ukuchini. So we passed through or over, or because we're on the flyover, so tulitumia flyover. I know you understand what I'm saying. So this particular flyover has a sharp bend, not just a bend, but a sharp bend, which means when you get to this sharp bend, you have to literally slow down because you can see gari yenye inatoka yenye iko mbele yako yenye inatoka huko. So you have to literally slow down to avoid accidents or, you know, any damage. You feel me? I know you do. So this guy is driving at a super high speed, and at this particular point tumefika kwa hii bend, kwa hii flyover. Guys, when I tell you my heart was in my hands, it literally was. When I'm here telling you, I literally saw my grave that day. I did. Easy jokes. I'm not even kidding you guys. On a serious note, that day would have been my last day on earth. But because God loves me, excuse me, can you relax your hormones? I'm trying to tell people a story. In fact, let me sip you. You can now relax. So, this guy, because he was driving at a super high speed, that day is now fresh in my mind. He went akagonga wall ya flyover. I don't know if you guys feel me. Like, if that wall wasn't strong, literally that car would have ipitie kwa ukuta. If you guys feel me, ingepita kwa ukuta na ianguke huko chini. You feel me? But the car crashed. The guy got bruises as far as I can remember. And I remember that time I was super confused. I wasn't hurt, guys. I wasn't hurt. What I can remember was the trouser I was in got torn on the knees, and that's how I got to have a ragged trouser, guys. That's how I got to have a ragged trouser for the first time in my life. And I was super confused at that particular moment because I've never been involved in an accident. I just hear how people get involved in accidents and whatever happens and how people bleed. I used to write compositions about accidents, and I didn't know it was awaiting me at some point in my life, but God was with me and I survived. So at this point I am literally confused, and all I can remember is run. Girl, run for your life. If you've all had this name of do 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 do, run. That was me at that particular moment. Guys, I ran for my life as fast as my feeble legs could carry me. I got a chance to get out of that car. I literally got out of that car. I didn't care how much this guy was hurt. I didn't care if he was dying. My friend, just die because you almost killed me too. So I ran out of that car and I was just on my heels. And at that time I'm running, kumbe there is a bus that is coming from, si tulikuwa tunaenda bus ilikuwa inakuja, and I wasn't even seeing it, like guys, it was just kidogo tu na inapiga mimi shwa, and that was the end of me. And most of you would have been attending my funeral by now. Most of you would have been ready to eat githeri in my funeral, but like I said, God was with me. And guys, the first motorbike that appeared mbele yangu, I jumped onto it and I was like, let's go. Even if I'm going to pay you 1,000 shillings, I will pay you 1,000 shillings. At this point, imagine November is at my back, busy following me, running after me, telling me, come back here, where do you think you're going? And at that point, he's literally bleeding. The car is damaged, everything is a mess, and I'm like, what did I get myself into? Like, this is a narcissist, and this is somebody who would literally kill you if he got a chance to. You guys feel me? I know you do. So I'm on this motorbike and I'm telling him, don't even look behind, just go, just drive and just go. Wherever we are going to, I don't want to know. Alafu kwa mbeleni ndo nika relax, and he was like, and the motorbike guy was like, can you relax? What is happening and where are we going to? Well, now we were out of tumetoka your scene, we were out of that bad scene, and he's like, okay, now relax, what's going on, where should I take you? Like, I literally, thank God, this guy was my savior. Do you know, it was late in the night, I think at around now 1. If this guy would have decided to also mess me up, the motorbike guy, he literally would have messed me up. You feel me when I say mess me up? Like, he literally would have decided to do whatever he wants to do with me, because at that time I'm very vulnerable, I'm shaking, now gopa, like, guys, you know what I'm saying. So he takes me home, he gets me home, I'm home, guys, I'm literally confused, I'm traumatized, I'm trying to explain to my cousin. By the time my cousin was home, I'm trying to explain to my cousin what was going on, and she was also worried. She was trying to call me, asking me, Salon, where are you, what have you been doing? I've been trying to call you, your phone is off. At one point you're not picking. What was going on? And then I try explaining myself to her, and I'm telling her I've been involved in an accident, this is what happened, and it was just chaotic, guys. I wasn't feeling any pain until the next day. The following day when I woke up, every part of my body, guys, was painful. If I tell you, including my nails, I'm not even joking with you guys, I'm not kidding you when I tell you even my nails were painful. So I'm there, I'm so traumatized, I'm shaking, and guys, November still has the guts to call me and still threaten me, telling me that he will locate me. At this point, guys, by the way, we had located, like, we had relocated, let me say that we had relocated, that's the right term. We had moved from our initial house where he had come to see me to a new house. Yeah, so we were in a new house, meaning he didn't know where we lived at this particular moment. He didn't know nothing about my whereabouts. Okay, so I didn't even tell him we had moved. So guys, kumbe November had driven here, he had taken a motorbike nyuma yangu to go to where we had lived, only for him to go and find where we were living, sorry, only for him to go and find the house was empty. And then he calls me and he's like, so you think you can run away from me? You didn't even tell me you guys had moved. And I'm like, my friend, you're supposed to be thinking of yourself the way you're bleeding. You're here still thinking of how you can threaten me and ruin me. Yet I'm so innocent, guys. I've literally done nothing to this guy. I don't know. Like, this guy was so heartless. He was so mean, and he was like, I'm going to locate you. Just make sure your GPS, your location, that location, whatever, that is always on people's phone, just make sure you put it off, because if I put on my GPS track on, I will track you and I'll find you where you are. You can never run away from me. Another toxic trait, guys. This is another toxic trait about this person. And I was like, my God, what did I get myself into? Like, I've literally done nothing to you. I'm innocent. I decided to be with you because I felt it was the right thing, and because I felt like that was what I wanted, only to realize that you are the worst nightmare of my life. And up to date, I sit and tell myself that if any woman got got married to that guy. Okay, if this man got married to any woman, then I'm like, sorry, God bless her soul, because she, what the F was that? I can't. Guys, I can't stand that. And I look back and I realize why his baby mama walked away and left him with a child, because child, yo. So guys, looking back, I picked my lesson at that time, and I settled on, I'm never dating a drunkard, ever again in my life. I am not making that mistake. I'm not against anybody who is dating a drunkard. If you are dating a drunkard and you feel like you're having sharp, but I do not advise anybody to settle for less in terms of being with a narcissist. Is it a narcissist or a narcissist? A narcissist, right? Yeah, being with a narcissist and enduring a toxic relationship. Because you all, that was toxic, and that's just a snippet of the things I have gone through with this guy. Let alone the days this guy would get drunk and come to my door and knock my door at almost 1 a.m. in the night. Guys, it's crazy, and I'm like, for me, I'm not settling for a drunkard ever again in my life. That's just it, guys. So if you are dating such kind of a person, or if you can relate to my story, don't endure such a relationship. Just walk out, because there's better waiting for you outside there. Until next time, until another video, until another day, I was your girl, Owedi K. Adios.